Welcome to Rangers Radio on the Matchday show, the world's one and only unique live phone-in show for Rangers supporters all over the world. Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Hello, good evening, back to Rangers Radio. Dundee 1, Rangers 1 in another disappointing away match in this run. John, myself, Oxford, back in the show is all bear. That was awful, wasn't it?
Start to finish, full 90 minutes, mate. Dreadful. Absolutely dreadful.
I'm going to take 3 players out of the firing line, right? Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take young Manu out. Yeah? Lack of service, and he still managed to do a couple of things, yeah?
Yep.
The boy in Salah, who obviously blocked the ball and was involved in the goal, but it came for an absolute howling mistake for me for Connor Barron, so I'm taking him out first game. And Liam Kelly, because let's be honest, I don't think he's getting the goal, so he's nothing much today. Then, but the rest of them, mate, I don't know where to start with that, mate. I really genuinely don't know where to start. For the coaching staff to the players, now I'll take the coaching staff out of the equation first, mate, and then I'll let you chip in. The players, doesn't matter if you're playing your left-sided player playing in the right, or you're playing out of position, or we cannot pass the ball, we cannot do the basics, and that then puts us under pressure. We've got guys that's meant to be speed machines coming as own as substitutes, doesn't run once with the ball. You know, don't get me started in players killing the space. I've got to say, I thought it was an outstanding performance with Ridvan, man Martin Cherny out the game. Yeah, and it's just woeful, mate, the shape. And then that's when I go to the coaching staff. That shape, it's proved it doesn't work in Scotland, mate, against the teams away from home. And we keep doing it. Mate. And I just don't understand it. But anyway, that's my, to coin a phrase, 10-minute moan, but give your take on it, mate.
Well, as I say, start to finish, dreadful, mate. With the whole 90 minutes, it was shocking. But Clement will get the blame, mate. That's normal. He'll get the whole blame, mate. He'll take the... he's the manager. He needs to take the blame, mate. People will shout for me, go. Yourself included. Oh, one way go. I wish the guy would just get sacked now. Just to change his conversation, because it's just boring listening to it. Today was just pure lack of ability with these players, by the way. Some of these players want to hang their head in shame. We Ridvan, for example, Cherny, the two of them gave the ball away. Honestly, 15, 20 times between them, they gave the ball away. It was dreadful, mate. It's just dreadful.
Mate, you'd have ran out of paper, wouldn't you?
Oh, tell me, I'm screaming at it. What are you two up to? What are you doing? It was dreadful, absolutely dreadful. Then you get Jeffy on the other side. The boy battled away. He never done anything really special. He gets booked for nothing, absolutely nothing. His first tackle, booked. And you're saying, oh, here we go again. So I was expecting actually him to go proper. The defence was the defence. I don't think they were under great pressure. A couple of chances, the one they scored, obviously, but Kelly, he'd one save to make in the second half, and he made it. So that's all right. He's fine. The big boy in Salah, he battled away. A bit shaky, but I don't think he looked that much. He actually surprised me. He battled. What do you call him? That Murray. He battled away with him. He wasn't letting.
He's a big unit. He's a big unit in Salah.
Aye. He's got a good physique on him. But then we get into the middle of the park, mate, with Diamande and Barn. What a performance!
What middle of the park, mate?
Oh, that was dreadful, mate. That was a dreadful. Honest to God, wee Barn was getting knocked about like a rag doll, man. He's just, I don't know what he was up to. That is definitely his worst game in the Rangers jersey, that one. Diamande, just coming to the conclusion. The boy's got some talent, but he's just a stupid player. He does stupid things, mate. Just crazy, stupid things. And then we get to the crux here. We'll get to the crux. Hadji, Burjami, Tierney. Anonymous, mate. Just anonymous, the three of them. They really were. They didn't practically nothing the whole game. The whole game.
Tierney maybe gets 1 mark for the finish, mate, yeah?
Aye, good finish. That was all down to Kelly's quick thinking.
Aye,
and a nice take for Hadji. And a nice take for Hadji in his pass.
And a decent ball for Egerman, yeah?
Aye.
Mm-hmm. Look, mate, we've got your views on it, and they're slightly different, but as a phone-in show, so I'll tell you what we'll do, mate, because what people feel they're entitled to review. We get the phone lines open, mate.
Oh, let's hear it, aye. Let them open, mate.
Yeah, let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
I just listen. I've got see. I'll take Jeffy for instance. Remember when we were this boy, what kind of talent he's got? And then I think it was away in against Kiev, wasn't it? He came on and he played sort of at the left in the midfield, and all he done was simply go down the wing and put crosses in, cross after cross. Remember?
Aye.
See, every time he gets in that situation now, he comes back because he wants to keep the ball. And I think that's the plenty instructions, mate. It's got to be.
Well, you'd imagine it'd be, but you look at the other side. He was going forward, then he ran out of puff, he ran out of ideas, kept getting the ball away, so he started getting back away as well. Just not enough talent, mate. There's just a few of them had the real bad games. There's nothing away for that. They're stinkers, absolute stinkers. And then you're looking for somebody to pull it out the bag for you. And I was just waiting for the get Egerman in the right position, man, so he could do something. But if somebody's pointed out before, are we going to wait? Is this what it's going to be now? Just get the ball to Egerman and hope he does something. Can he do that? Something similar we've done to somebody was saying Cherny in the beginning of the season. That's what they're doing to Cherny. Just pass it to Cherny, let him do something.
But to be fair, to Egerman and Cherny, they did do something.
They scored. They created a chance and took it.
One assisted and one scored, you know. But however, I don't disagree with your point. But what was frustrating me is we're obviously gone. There was a thing happened just before half time, and Barron got the ball and it was a simple pass forward, and they screwed the pass and passed it straight to a Dundee player. Then had to make a foul, and they said it wasn't a 30-yard pass, it wasn't a 20-yard pass. It was a 5-yard pass, mate. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you're thinking, no, this isn't right. The individual errors and it takes all the momentum out of the game, and we just look close. And then I go on about the killing of space, particularly down the left-hand side. Young Ridvan, I know he's left-footed. We know he's all left-fit. Yeah, so he's running inside, but he's running inside right next to Cherny, mate. So he's taking the defender where he wants to go. And if that's what they've been practicing, or that's what they've thought about, I just don't get it, mate. Yeah, he's just got to stand still so that Cherny's got the space.
And if he has to use him, he can use him.
Aye.
And so he's created his own space and he's gave space to Cherny to attack.
He was constantly killing the space for Cherny. Yeah, and it was driving me crazy, mate. No. And then you throw in the fact that they're letting the ball go under their foot. The two fullbacks done it. We can't pass the ball. We've no shape in our team. Bajani's anonymous. Yeah. Where do you go? You know, in the first half, Diamandi, I think he was anonymous. And by the way, you want to maybe check this one out. I think it was about 15 minutes before Cherny touched the ball.
I think a man was the same. It's a while before he touched the ball as well. But that's the way they play. That's the way Dundee play. I mean, I don't know if you want to give them credit or not. I don't like giving anybody credit that plays that low block. I just don't think it's right. But anyway, that's the way they get results. That's the way they see it. They were delighted. He thought they'd win the Scottish Cup or something, the way they were going on with it. But there you go. That's just the way it is, mate. But it's only us. It's just bad performances, mate. Really, honestly, truly.
Well, so if it was an isolation, mate, there's no an issue. Yeah. But it's just, this is now a year now away from home, mate. It's just shocking, mate. Shocking. The wheels have come off. We've constantly played the 4-2-3-1 now. I don't know what shape we were playing at the finish because it looked like desperation, yeah. I get it.
Desperation, mate.
Aye. But with nothing.
But the point I'm going to make now is, what did Clement do the night that he could have done better? Tell me that. I don't get this. They players come on and play like that, mate. That's not the manager. That's the players. You're saying going, they two I keep going on about in the ball, and then you get on the other side, Matondo, no take anybody on. Just keeps cutting back. Then you've got Diomande. I mean, apart from that shot he had hit the post, I don't know what that boy really done. He just charges about, and he looks busy, and he looks as if he's doing things. But you go, you're just potty, son. Absolutely potty. But there you go. So what does the manager do? And he can't say he wasn't going to win that game. He ended up, he had McCausland, he had Cherny, he had Egerman, he had Danilo, he had Matondo, he had Cortez. He practically every attack player that's in the club on that park.
His first chap at the door tomorrow, Medessa, saying, "See, I told you it wasn't my fault."
He put everybody on but me. You know what I mean? And he's the one that probably went on and scored. But anyway, that's just pie in the sky, you know. It's just. But you look at it, what else can you say? It's a bad day at the office again. You know what I mean? And there's some of the players need to hang their head in shame with that performance.
I don't disagree with the individual standard of the play, mate. But unfortunately, mate, I just don't see any shape to that, mate. And I've said it for a while, and I had my concerns even before this one started about the system. I don't think we've won a midfield game and an away game domestically over 90 minutes, mate.
No, probably not. We've no go to right. We've just no go to right.
Maybe Ross County away, mate, this season. Maybe Ross County when we won 3-0. Maybe, yeah. There's games we should have won against Motherwell and that. And also, we got that ball in the second half, and I think, from memory, we had 2 shots.
Having avoided it, see that possession carry on, that doesn't mean nothing. We know that now. It means nothing. 78% of the ball. What does that mean? It means nothing. You're sitting going, they can have 22% of the ball and win 5-0. I mean, they get one shot and scored, right? They'll get, 30-odd% of the ball, 28% of the ball, and they score. It means nothing. I don't understand why people go on about this possession stuff. Well, we're a possession-based team. I want to be a team that's efficient when you've got the ball and score goals, create chances, score goals. Passing the ball endlessly about the park, it's just pointless. That's like Guardiola's crap. I can't go that style of football. It's just boring to watch. But there you go. So I'd rather be efficient. I'd rather be you can affect games rather than just pass the ball. But we do this crazy, stupid football. I'm saying to myself.
By the way, I've got to say there's problems at the club, mate. And I'll be really honest with you. We're at least, I know you're saying about getting players out, but we're at least 4 first-team players short. And so there's no competition for places, mate. And therein lies another natural problem that ain't good, mate.
What you've no go. I keep going back to that David Edgar. He turned and says you've got a team of supplement players. That's exactly what we've got, mate. A team of supplement players. You've no got the real deal in the core of the team yet. That's what you're missing, the core of the team, to drag you through games like that. You're always going to get games like that. We've seen it. I've seen it all my life, games like this. And when you win leagues, you drag your way. You get players that are in there, just drag you over the line. And then you walk away from that 1 and 2-1 and go, God, that was terrible, wasn't it? Now you're walking away 1 each going, it's even worse than terrible because we never win the game. And that's my problem with it. And I believe and totally understand that term. We'll get supplement players. That's exactly what they are, mate. They're good, but they're no the core. They're just no the core. And that's what you're missing now. That's the 4 players you're talking about. That's what you're missing, the core.
Mm-hmm. Because Rangers, Raskin's no playing, and our midfield falls so bad, you know. I mean, young Connor got took off, but you could have took anybody off, couldn't you? Anybody off.
Oh, aye, no bother. Apart from the keeper done all right. I'm not going to blame him. He done all right.
You know, and obviously.
In fact, the keeper, he can't take the keeper off. He take the keeper off and don't score on it because it's his quick thinking.
Aye. Agaman, you're not taking Agaman off, yeah? You know, but Barjami, Cherny, Hadji, you know, the boy was on, you know, after Hadji's performance in Old Firm game, and he's went back to type, mate. Back to type, yeah?
Well, apart from that touch, that was about it. That was out for the night, not one touch.
He's got a touch. Cherny's got a touch. Barjami's got a touch.
But I'm talking about that one touch and pass. They bring the ball down in the pass to Egan. That was it. That was his contribution in that game.
Aye. But, you know, there's got to be more than that. And unfortunately for me, mate, I get what you're saying, but in football, mate, the manager always carries a gun. I'll go back to, it's unique, innit? I'll go back to the decorators, mate. The manager walks in. They'll put the paper on upside down, mate. They're all getting bagged. In football, the manager walks in, says, "What have you done?"
What I've got at, mate, I'm just sick of listening to it now. It's just keep sack a man. Everybody's on about sacking the manager, sacking the manager. I wish they would just do it and shut you all up and just go, there you are, you're all happy now, you sack the man. Bring our manager in with that same crowd of players and let's see what. Oh, we'll get the 6 months of the new manager bounced and then it'll all go back to type again. You've got to understand what they're trying to do. I know this is sore. It's sore for everybody. But you've got to get through this. It's just one of these things, mate. You've got to get through it. But, as you say, the time might run out. If the CEO comes out and says, look, just the manager's here and the manager's going, what he's trying to do is what we're all agreed what he's going to try and do is build this squad. If he comes out and says that, then you all go, right, fine, okay. Now we can just concentrate on the game and concentrate on the individual players and the type of game we've played. And go, it wasn't good. Tonight, it wasn't good enough. Players were terrible. Ridvan, beyond rotten, man. That was dreadful. That was dreadful. And you're looking at the Matondo, comes on, does nothing. Influence nothing.
Imposter,
Aye.
Matondo, yeah.
Aye. Cortez is the same. He came on and done nothing as well. You know what I mean? Danilo done nothing as well. Danilo, twice the ball came out and twice he was underneath it. Okay, it might be the bad cross. You might put it down to that. It's fair enough, but you've never done anything. So McCausland come on and done nothing. So I mean, you're bringing players on and they're no winning you the game, and that's what they're wanting to do: win the game. They don't do it, mate. So they're sitting going that. We may as well just sit in the
All right,
pitch.
Jim. I'll cut across you, but I've been joined by your Jim. All right, Jim.
How are we doing? Good evening. Can I speak to the cheerleader, please?
What one is it? Who do you want to speak
Aye.
to?
By the way, I think we know who the cheerleader is, and I want your honest opinion, cheerleader. Where is the progress came for you in this squad and in this team? Where's the progress came for you? Or where is it?
Who are you talking to?
Oh, no, you know it's no you.
Oh, it's me. You talking to me?
Aye, you're the cheerleader. You're his cheerleader. By the way, tell me, where is the progress came for you in this team? I've heard you trumpeting him, by the way, for the last 2-3 weeks, how he's the greatest thing, it's going to happen, this is going to happen.
No.
You're the man.
No, I never said he's the greatest thing that's ever been. I never said that. I just say the guy's trying to do a particular job for the club.
Where is he doing? Where is the progress? Where is the progress, Kempy? You can't answer it.
I can answer it if you let me answer it.
Well, go for it then.
The progress is coming as young players he's brought into the team. You've looked at some of these young players and they're talented young boys. We've just not got a full squad yet to pick for you. We've not got as I said earlier on, we've got a core of the team. But hey, the manager will get sacked eventually. All managers do, no matter what team they're with, all managers get sacked eventually, and eventually it will come down on him as well. So it's just a matter of time before he gets sacked. But I'm just saying he's here to do a job. And at the moment, he's brought some decent players into the club. In the future, you're going to trade them off. And that's all I'm saying.
Robin Cropper running him. That must be the worst Rangers captain you've ever seen in your life.
I'm not saying, bro. I'm saying the young boys. He's nowhere near a team yet. I told you that after we beat Celtic as well. We're nowhere near a team yet.
How can you produce that? Before we go, how can you produce what you produced against Celtic, then turn this shite, by the way, either side of the Celtic game? Sorry for my language, but that to me, the night's enough with him. Absolute unbelievable.
I'm going to tell you how, Jim, and listen, I'll take it away because my mate's pom-pom's killing him, right? Right. I'm going to tell you how. because we watch teams who are playing dross every week and run a form, then they play us and they get up for a big game. And that's the problem. That we've got up for big games. They played really well against Tottenham. Should have won the game. Big game. Played really well at Ibrox against them again. Big game. But the bread and butter, mate, the attitude and the motivation stinks. And also, and you want my opinion, the shape. Yeah, now, Albert has said that he thinks that this guy is bringing players in to develop in difficult circumstances. I think some of that is correct, but you've got to get results, Jim. You've got to get results.
In Scotland, Albert, I do apologise to me. I wasn't being cheeky either, but as the big man said there, this is a results-driven industry we're in. We're Rangers Football Club, and for the amount of points that we've picked up away from home this season is an absolute disgrace, by the way. Absolute disgrace. He brings Ross McCausland on and plays him at right back. By the way, he wouldn't get a game in our fit team. Big George wouldn't even let him in our team.
See the night, Jim.
Could have done with Big George on the other night, mate.
Oh, I hear, by the way, you're right, you could have.
I see, to be honest, Jim, the way Ridwan played tonight, I'd have started with McCausland right back. That was dreadful. That was dreadful watching him tonight. And you're right. The results are no good enough. Of course you're right. And I'm not trying to protect him and say he's doing a great job in the league or anything like that. I'm not saying that at all, Jim. All I'm saying is he's there to do a job. He will get sacked. After he walks away, the next manager that comes in, we should see the benefits of what he's put in place. He'll bring the team on to another level. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying he's a good manager. I'm not trumpeting him and saying he's brilliant or cheerleading him in all of that. I'm not saying any of that at all.
I can see a bit of backtracking here, boys. Can you?
No. I'm not backtracking at all. It's one thing I don't do, mate. By the way, if it carries on, I'll join and say I should sack him. I'm not one of the stubborn people that dig my heels in and say I'm right and everybody else is wrong. I'm not like that, mate.
I'll take the pressure off you, Albert. Draw Camel's back for a lot of people are right. Yeah, because you think it's going to end. You think, oh, they've got 10 injuries out. They've got half a team out. All right, we've got a couple of defenders out. But we've brought in a boy who done all right. Yeah, you've got to remember that 9 of that squad started against Tottenham. 9 of that squad started against Celtic. A few different players, but however, the shape, the coaching, what we do with corner kicks. Did you watch us in the first 10 minutes? We're on the box. If anybody headers it clear, there's 20 yards of space for somebody to run onto the ball.
By the way,
in the setup is schoolboys. Jim, in you come, mate.
See on that one, that's the one that was annoying me. Robin Proper was thrown in there a middleweight, a free at the front post on that. No picking up with anybody. Biggest guy in the team. And they're heavy loaded at the back of him. I just don't get it. That's to me, that's where the all falls on the manager. But I'll tell you what, see these players are a lucky shower of bees, by the way. They're getting away with what they're producing for Rangers Football Club. They're as culpable as he is. They players are as culpable as he is.
Aye. But that's what I'll go back to the point I always make about the decorators, Jim. You walk out in a room, there's 4 decorators, and they put the wallpaper upside down, they're getting the bag. But in football, it doesn't work like that. They stay.
I think these players are very, very, very fortunate, very lucky that they're getting away with what they're producing.
Because they're cheatness. The players are cheatness. Yeah.
Aye, they're cheating. That's what I mean. By the way, we've seen the amount of tickets it was all going spare and all that night for up there. That stand was rammed up there. It was rammed with thousands and thousands of Rangers fans. I tell you, I hope the big man phones us in on the way down the road, south side. I hope he phones in and tells us how he's actually feeling. Absolute disgrace, man. Shocking. Not good enough. It's not good enough. I don't know where we go. Because I don't think we can keep sack managers either. But he's as culpable as the players are. I mean, Javi Matondo, come on.
Listen, mate. Matondo, if you were hanging your hat on him, he put you on to get you at home, mate. One goal in a wind-assisted game. That's it, mate. And it is a year ago, yeah. And he's no fit. But how does he come on in front of Cortez, who come on?
I know.
And Sunday, Albert, who thinks fitter than Matondo. in that position?
I don't know, mate. I can't understand it. I don't know. It's just I've got the answer to it. It's so honest. I just tell you what's happening, what I think's happening. But no, it's bad performances, mate. You can't hide behind it. Bad results, and it's been going on a season. It's true, mate. We're sitting, I don't know how many points, 15 points behind now. It's bad, mate. It's bad. It just has to be endured at the moment because there's nothing we can do. We've no money to buy players. And we're sitting here trying to develop.
See the goal we lost tonight. I felt the goal we lost tonight was lost at the top of the park. Where the freedom. Actually, they crapped our pants. I felt that's where the goal was lost. To the top of the park, came in for a slack pass again, with the freedom trying to piss about again. Then they broke up the park and scored. That came for up the top end again.
You're right, but then when it gets to Barron, once you try to do pass it to Van, and the pass, it doesn't even make it, mate.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, see Aberdeen, they've robbed us for 600 grand for that boy. That boy has regressed, by the way, unbelievable how that boy's regressed in that team.
Since he's been out of the team, any time he's appeared, mate, he's looked below average. Where, let's be honest, if we're being honest about it, in the first few weeks of the season, he was above average. I think you've got to be fair on him all better.
He's definitely never a good game tonight, and it's always you're only as good as your last game at Rangers, and that's the way it works. And that was dreadful. That was just dreadful, mate. He needs to look at that one and say, "What happened? It's when you try to make him the main man in the middle of the park. He's just no good enough for that. He can help in the middle of the park, but he can't be the main man. And again,
he needs to be played further forward. He can't play in the role where he's playing. Him and Diamondi cannot play in that midfield together.
Well, see, in the first half, mate, they didn't, because you didn't know they were on the pitch, if you're honest, mate. Yeah.
I think it's been noticeable when we were getting a few other bad results earlier on. They two in there, and it only started to a bit more stable when Nico Raskin get put back in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but to be fair, Jim, if you're really honest about it, Raskin played against Motherwell. Raskin played against Hibs. Yeah. So, you know what I mean? Raskin's been playing well. He's been my best player for 3 months. But when we're not dominating the midfield or controlling a game of football against the lower teams in the league, mate. And we can talk all we like about individual players, but for me, the players are better than what we're seeing. They lack motivation and they lack ideas, and some of them might be tired. I get that because there's no competition for places because we're short. That's on the club and the management team, mate, because we're actually bodies short, first team bodies short. And you've seen it tonight with Young King. We were desperate to have a right back playing at that side of the park, and Jefty could have come off because he'd been booked, and your heart was in his mouth thinking he's going to do something else. So the obvious candidate on the pitch, who was terrible, Radvan. He could have moved him, and got a bit of balance, and we didn't do it. And that's on the manager. And the corner kicks and the setup, that's on the coaching staff, whoever's doing it, mate. That defending, mate, you're just, guys are going to run in and score goals. No, he will say statistically we're doing all right for corners. Yeah, we are. We scored 1 goal for a corner kick. Tierney took it, put it in, run back. Raskin came in and headed it, and we got a goal for it against them. What did we do tonight? Hadji was going to take out swingers for that side of the park. Don't understand it.
It's mental. It's the whole thing's it's broken, and I really don't know how we sort this.
Well, as I say,
I'm at my lowest ever. I've been probably in my for years watching Rangers, even way back in 2012. I'm at my lowest ever now watching that team. It's unbelievable. How can you go for the highs of Celtic and Spurs to this crap that we're getting either side of these games? Unbelievable.
The thing about it is, mate, he's also been out-coached in Scotland. They guys are just frustrating, and then kick literally all bare. They just kick the ball apart and see what happens, didn't they?
Okay. They're playing to your weaknesses, mate. They just know you're weak in the air and you're weak at the big, long, hopeful boys. They know that's your weakness. So everybody does it now. It's no out-coach, mate. It's schoolboy football that we can't defend against. It's silly. But there you go. That's what it is. What does he do? Who does he bring in to sort all this? Who's he going to do? In fact, there's a window open. If he had money, who's he going to sign to bring in Soto or this out for him? I mean, we need two centre.
That's what the guy. That's what the guy in the is getting paid all the big bucks in the club is getting paid today.
Yeah, listen. Another problem, and I'll be really honest with you. We're desperate need a centre half. Oh, we might have discovered one all bit tonight. But he is young, the boy, right? But we still need at least one in the door, right? With Robin Proper being one of our signings, mate. Would you be confident in their selection of a centre half to come in for Scottish football, mate?
No, I really. Again, the big guy Proper tonight. You were saying there that all he done was punt the ball apart. I don't think he won many balls. Near the end, they gave him a wee nudge.
See the apart from the goal, which was schoolboy stuff. It really was. It was pathetic. They never really bothered us that much. Let's be honest about it. It was all about midfield and forwards tonight. It really was. And there were some dreadful, dreadful performances. You know what I mean? We didn't lose the game. It's one each, and you sit and go, right, what did they do? They had one shot in the second half that Kelly dealt with superbly.
No, they didn't. They got a goal chopped off because it came through their own fault again, getting the ball away. They got a goal chopped off.
I know, but he's offside.
It's already saying he was offside, but they still put the ball in the net.
I've got across you to fight me your pom-poms there.
Right, listen, I'm going to love yous and leave yous, and I do apologise if I've been cheeky to anybody there. I'm going to go and give somebody else a wee shot. Okay? See you later, guys.
Cheers, bud.
Cheers. Good night, brothers. See you later.
We've been joined by another Jimmy Street. Jim, help us, mate.
Oh, thanks for taking my call on a good new year, Ezo.
Cheers, mate.
The night, it's just been typical of the whole thing apart from the Celtic game. Like, you know, when people were talking about improvement and seeing improvement, they were gauging it against games against like Kilmarnock and Ross County, you know. And I know a very good Tottenham team and a very poor Nice team, you know. That was the sort of games that we were saying on the road. The Celtic game we played well. We played well as a team, but it's not been there. It's not been there this season. In fact, it's not been there since we fell away last season when we were challenging the league, and then it just all fell apart. And I've always defended the manager, and to be honest, I don't really think it would matter if you get rid of him and brought somebody else in. To me, it's at the top of the house. Directors, stakeholders, and the folk that control it, and you know, and I think obviously the big problem's money, but they can't say anything about that because that destroys everything. You know, they've got to keep an image because they're involved with sponsors, involved with this, and involved with that. And the players we've got in the team, you know, there are some good players there, but the pressure that's on them to deliver. You know, it's unbelievable, like, you know. But they have to deliver, you know. We're going to places, even the night at Dundee, we should beat them, you know. It doesn't matter where you're going. You know, apart from maybe going to Parkhead, you know, you should be getting results 9 times out of 10. But we're not even able to do that. And as I say, to me, it's right for the top of the house, right down. They've allowed the standards to fall in every department. You know, for the Baldwin Edmondson house, to that restaurant at the Govan Rear, to that carry on with the disabled seating. There's not been a bit of it that's set right. There's not been a bit of it you would get any confidence with and say, this is okay. And then when they've went for all these people, the people that have left, you know, it's all right saying they're leaving for more money. But if there was signs of something happening special at the Rangers, they wouldn't leave. They'd want to be part of that. And that would enhance their reputation even more. But the first chance they get, they bail out. And then the replacements that they get, or you hear the rumours that they're going to get, they knock them back. So you say, well, what is going on then? Why is all that happening? You know, Clement or Clement or whatever, to me, he gave him that extension of his contract because just to keep everybody happy, keep him happy, keep him inside. Because if he'd have just bailed out, the whole thing would have fell down even worse, you know. And that's what I think it is. All these guys that they're bringing in, they're just like shields and yes men. That's how I see it as. You know, it's all right saying that the guys are Rangers men and the Rangers this and Rangers that, and they've spent this and they've spent that. They might have spent a lot of money, but they've wasted most of it. You know,
And there's been a lot of mistakes, Jim.
Three trophies in 13 years is abysmal. And then when you look at the 2 trophies, the 2 cups, both into extra time against bang average teams at the time, you know, and we're league, that's debatable and all regarding. It's a great achievement, but you're talking about COVID and you're talking about that Lennon guy going off his nut, you know, so it's just not right, in my opinion, you know, and it wouldn't matter what manager, they're just wasting their money, you know, and if you get a manager, you'll just get like a yes man. That's how Beale was appealing to them, because Beale could have promised them the world, well, I'll do this, I'll do that, and then he probably had his allies with Ken, Tavernier and Golson in the dressing room, because Gio told them right that the players were rubbish, that obviously it would cost them money, but they couldn't do that. And now this financial fair play is fell right into their hands, saying, well, we can't do this, we can't do that. But there is things you can do, because when you look at the advertising, all that is just fanboys and famous, you know, professional supporters. So the money's just going round in circles, you know, all these podcasts and fanzines and all that, advertising. You've not got any of the big international companies advertising or touching it. So the money's not coming in, because that's the other way of doing your financial fair play. If you've got investment coming in, if they say some multinational company, then that allows money to get spent out. But the way you go, it's just money going round in circles for the guy that's got a car showroom or buses or whatever it is. And then somebody else that's selling fanzines, well, they used to know they're doing whatever it is they're doing. And somebody else with a podcast. Just like professional supporters. You know, so it's wrong. And I can't see it getting fixed until we get to the root of the problem.
How do we... You've got a chicken and the egg scenario, mate, then what you're saying, if you take what you're saying, but how does that take away that somebody on the football park who's getting paid tens of thousands a week can't stop a ball, Jim?
Because the whole thing, the whole game now, every time they're going out there, they can't relax, they can't play football. You know, if they don't get the goals or if anything doesn't happen, then they're getting pulled off and they're throwing somebody else on. It's the same as the injuries. If you've got a successful team and they're playing well and they're challenging, you'll find that your injuries will drop away, because the player, they'll not be tired. They'll be wanting to be part of it all. They'll be wanting to be part of the glamour. They want all the good news. They want all the publicity. Not only that, they'll see it as a way of getting the transfer and getting into the big money. So the last thing they'll be wanting to do is be sitting in the stand injured. The players that we've got, all this thing about we're building it, doing that. Do you honestly think the Celtic are just going to say, right, lads, we'll just sit back now and we'll keep a wee eye in the league, and then if there's any chance of them catching up, we'll just up the ante? They'll keep progressing, because they see the people that's running that club at Parkhead, they see European football as the big money and the telly rights and all the rest of it. And that's one of the reasons that if you look at the results, they are getting a wee bit better results now, because they are starting to get that. They've got the Scottish thing tied up because we're in the mess we're in. And that's what we need to target, that Scottish League, Scottish Cup and League Cup, winning them consistently. And if we can't do that or can't get near it, then there's something far wrong with the people we're signing. We've changed the people that's doing the recruitment as well. You know, when a new manager goes in, we say, we need this, we get rid of one guy, and then we get Coppin, and then we get this guy. So there's no stability at all at any level of the club. There's no any stability anywhere where you can say, you know, Years ago, you could name the Rangers team. Years ago, you could name the directors, but you never heard of the directors. You never seen them now and again. And all the rest of it. Now there's no stability. There's nothing. From top to bottom. The standards is just terrible. The standards of players, the attitudes of players, and the manager. He's just like what Tavernier used to be, stick him out in front of the press conference and agrees the same thing. Oh, the fans and this and the fans are that, and we're disappointed and we'll go back and we'll work harder and this will happen and that will happen. Nothing will happen until the people that are driving it insist it's happening and make it happen and say no.
We'll go Bob, Joe. What do you think will happen, mate?
What do I think will happen? Well, just listening to you.
No, just come back. No, I'm just going to Jim to finish off, then I'll come to you, Bob, Joe. Jim,
what do you think will happen? I think the fans will turn. I think the manager will get pumped, and then they'll bring in somebody else, and then the same thing will happen again.
Well, that is a problem if you don't have stability, and every manager's only getting a year. But I get it. But I think
that's what will happen.
I don't disagree with you, mate. And I think it will be because the people that are getting annoyed is the people. I think it's 13 wins and 33 away games or something like that, Rangers. I think Brooks bizarrely performs all right. Jim will come back to you, mate. But Bob J has joined us. Bob J.
I was just listening to what Jim says there, and a lot of what he says is making absolute sense. He's right, and we all feel the same thing. But at the end of the day, what it all boils down to is Rangers are a magnanimous football club with a magnanimous support, right? And what do we do? I mean, I'm not a man of finances, you kind of, but what do we do? Do we accept a sea of mediocrity, whatever that is? Is that what you're saying? That's it. We've come to the end of the line. We can't do anything better. We can get another manager in, the same will happen again. Are we going to accept the same? No. We're Rangers. We should be after every trophy, every season. I know it's easier said than done, but that's the way we are. We're one of the biggest, the biggest club in Scotland. There you are. And what is the sentiment? I don't know. It must be the failure of the manager and the squad. And we're going to do something to improve on it to satisfy our massive support. How we do it, I don't know. But it's got to be done somewhere with somebody. It's as basic as that.
Jim, I'm not saying we don't need change at the top of the club, but don't mistake that and somebody with positive ideas and somebody to drive standards. I don't disagree with you. But how you've got a chicken and an egg, and how do you get rid of the dross, mate? How do we get rid of the non-performers who consistently? I don't know who I would start with. If you said we could get one player out the door tomorrow, somebody's going to take them. I wouldn't know where to start. But, I used to think it was Matondo, but I think there's others now. And if you take the contract we've gave that guy, it's just frightening, mate. Frightening.
I don't see any players of any value there at all. Even that boy now, Igmani, I mean, he's doing well, but you're talking about 4 or 5 games. The other one fair last year, and that the goalkeeper, they were wondering how Rangers were supporters were wondering how he wasn't playing for England, and we were all affronted because we were getting picked in the England team, So that was on the basis of a few games and all, and no use, he's struggling, but I don't see there's no players there with real quality that you can say they're players. And if we were to get a player with quality, they'd be away as well. They'd be the first out the door to get money in. People say, oh, you're keeping them and they're doing this. It's no, the manager, if the boardroom says, yeah, you're going to get 10 million for that Igmani or whatever, he'll be away. He'll be away. And all that business at that Murray Park, as I say, I keep knowing about that. Well, it's not called that now, it's called Auchenhowie or whatever it's called. That's just a waste of money. That's just a dinner scale and a place for showers. We're not just producing empty. We got there to get a dinner, to get a shower and come home.
That one, I don't think it would be fair. I'll bear with it. I don't think it'd be fair on you.
No, because I'll start again. And you're sick of listening to me, mate.
It'd be better building a car park outside it so all the folk that want the jumpers signed could just park in a nice car park and then just get the jumpers signed in, and then that would be it finished. And you'd say, well, That's what they're doing. They're not there using it for signing jumpers. And go and get a dinner, get a shower with fancy soap, and then away you go again. But as far as making football players, there's none of them. None of them, because no team comes and gets them. There's nobody interested in them. That boy Lowry and all that, you know. I mean, they went to Hearts and they get rid of him quick enough, get him out the door.
No, he's not going. I don't know if the boy will make the grade. He's had his chance. He was a promising youngster, but I don't know if he'll make the grade. Because you played a couple of games, doesn't mean you've made the grade, no.
Aye. The only time that I've seen success with the Rangers was under dictators, John Lawrence and David Murray. One guy controlling the whole shooting match. They had all the rest of the board members and all that, but they never had any say. They were just told, they had expertise in different fields, like Hope and Taylor and all the rest of them. They put money in, they got a jacket, they got a tie, and they got a seat on the board. But as far as anything else goes, as far as saying this and saying that, no, it was the one guy that controlled it all and pulled it all. Just like when Lawrence says, well, his boy, his grandson, Lawrence Mulber, he said, no, we're selling it. And that's what happened. And we got Holmes in, and Holmes changed it all around for us. And then once they get that going, Souness get Murray in, and then all that, it changed. But now we've got like committees, talking shops. But the problem with the talking shops is that they're looking after their own interests. They're looking after their own shareholding. If somebody comes in that waters down their holding in the club, waters down their share, waters down their investment.
Yeah, I get it.
That's what happens there. And it's the same as a lot of your fan zones and all these celebrity supporters which get their magazines and all the shout and all that, professional supporters. They've got inroads and get inside information. They get a story first, get a picture first, get into the press conference, get a badge around their neck, and get sitting on the team bus or get flying out in the team aeroplane, and they go to the game because all the sponsors are paying them money to go there. So it's not in their interest to come down heavy the way they did in Murray and the way they did in the rest of them and say, this is crap, this is poor. 3 trophies in 12 years. You can't run out and say, oh, it's because we won a second division, third division and all the rest of it. That's all history now. We should have the money and the resources to outdo the likes of your St Mirren's and all these people. Because that's who we're competing with now. The fans are talking about going up in Dundee and saying, how do you think it will go on? I mean, what, that never happened to the Rangers before. How did you think they'd go on? In 1.5 cup matches, you might have said, they got a draw at Ibrox and then they went to Easter Road for a replay. A wee bit concerned maybe. The first game at Easter Road and then you took them back and beat them. But league games, that's run-of-the-mill stuff. We should have squads and people, regardless of injuries, regardless of everything else, we should be going there and beating them. The confidence should be there. Everything else should be there.
If we took our eye off the ball with the core of our team not being homegrown, mate, or Scottish, mate, who maybe don't understand.
Well, I don't get down the route 100%. Well, to be honest, I mean, I can't say what I think because he would just put his off. And then the next thing I know, I'd end up with police at the door and all sorts of weird and wonderful things.
All right, we get that, mate. We get that. We do see other things when we're affair, when we're talking, we understand. Yeah.
Aye, but in the years when you had like-minded individuals, but these like-minded individuals, they weren't all Rangers supporters.
No, John Gregg, Sandy Jarvin, one that brought up Rangers supporters.
They weren't the Rangers supporters. So all that argument goes out about business. Murray, he didn't know anything about the Rangers. He just seen the commercial opportunity and went in. I mean, he had all these folk, Sean Connery and all the rest of them at Ibrox, even Billy Connolly. They weren't the Rangers supporters, but he's seen the commercial advantage to using all these things. And it benefited us in the fact that we won all these trophies. It's all right to cry them and say, destroyed the club, we done this, we done that, we done the next thing. Maybe it did. I mean, for people like me that followed the Rangers all my life, I wouldn't swap their years for anything. I wouldn't say, we'll just take them away, because we'd have been a bigger mess than what we are now if we took all that away. It would have just gave them the impetus to go and and the way they're doing it. You know, I mean, if you look at their record, it's unprecedented what they're doing. And now they're, whatever it is, 15 points clear in the league. You know, it's just, to me, it's not acceptable. And it breaks my heart to think at the club that I used to follow and followed all my life and go and see, and the standards and what we're accepting now. You know, and people are worried about, I don't know, toilets and pies and museums and the first team's performing the way the first team's performing. To me, it should all be about the men's first team. Winning trophies. Everything else incidental. How you're going to bring money. You know, I mean, fair enough, the rest of it and that. It's good for a tax thing, for camouflaging money. Just like, you know, people will open up a market stall, or open up one of the car washes, or open up one of the, what do you call it, sunbed things for women and that. That's good ways of sorting out money, the taxman and that. And it's the same with a museum, it's the same with a coffee shop, it's the same with all the rest of that sort of things that we've got going on in the periphery.
I think obviously that's to up the turnover, mate. Yeah, whether it's successful in the time will tell. But I'll tell you what, it'll be less successful if you've got a less successful team on the park, mate.
100%, aye. It starts with winning football matches. That's your most important thing. But why they've got all that is it's a good way of moving money, and you know, because nobody knows exactly how many folk are walking around a museum every day, or how many folk are sitting in a coffee shop every day. Just the same as tanning studios, car washes, and all the rest of it.
I think you'll find there'll be a lot of cards, mate, and you'll be able to trace that. That'll all be traceable. It's not a cash industry.
But it's all done in house. It's all done in house. All that sort of stuff. So there's ways of manoeuvring things and ways there's no. If you've no got them, you can't do it. So that's the reason that all these things are all there and on place. And it's the right way to do it. It's the right way to do it. But it's just that we're no. It's just no there for tap to bottom as far as I'm concerned.
Mm-hmm. Aye, Bob Jan, you come, mate.
Well, every club needs a commercial side. So I don't know. As I said, I'm no man of economics. I'm listening to.
What did you think of that? What did you think of that performance? I
thought it was terrible. I thought it was dreadful. I thought it was abysmal. Let's be honest. I can't stress how bad it was. Too much tippy-tappy to me, to you. They're not got the strength and the guile of Rangers. As Jim says, the strength and the guile that Rangers used to have. You went up there no doubt in yourself. You went up there in no doubt that you were going to get a result. Yeah, you didn't win every game, but you won most of them. This isn't happening. It's terrible. This is a dreadful season. It's the most dreadful season I can remember since the early 1980s. And remember, the supporters voted with their feet at that time, and I'll do so again. You Rangers, I do believe will come back. We're on about their doing unprecedented things. All they're doing is winning the Scottish Cup and the Scottish League. We've done all that and we'll do it again. I'm confident of that. But just hopefully it doesn't take too long. I'm as frustrated as anybody else. I hate to see what's going on with the club. And it's just, it can't go on. It's as simple as that. It's got to come to a halt somewhere. Or come to a precedent, whatever. I don't know. I haven't got an answer. I'm just a humble supporter.
Oh, Bear, listen, look, I take your point. We've seen some of these players play decent. Yeah, we have done at times. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but the recruitment at one of these years, you think that your bread and butter and the vast majority of games you're going to play in any 1 year is going to be in Scotland. And we've brought players in that are just no suitable for the Scottish League, the bread and butter. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the hustle bustle of Scottish League.
And it's no this manager, it's maybe a collection of managers, isn't it?
We're in the state because we've done this rank over the last 10 years. 2017 we come back up. Since we come back up, we've got it completely rank, apart from one season. We win the league. The rest of it's just been garbage, mate. It's just nonsense. What we're trying to do now, with a new CEO, a new chairman, is to get the management structure in place first. You got to get that in place first so you can manage. And they've got Clement in there as part of the management team, and Coppin in there as part of the management team, football side of the club. So that's got to be all in place, right? And you're hoping that the CEO, Patrick Stewart, is going to get in here and sort this out from behind the scenes. So it goes from behind the scenes to the front of the house. The front of the house is the men's first team, right? There's no use running about sacking everybody and sacking this and calling that. We're all emotional the night because of the game. Right, that's fair enough. You're allowed to be emotional, but you've got to get some rationale back into your thinking here and say, hold on a minute here. There's no point of going from 2017 to 2025 and then doing the same things all over again. It's nuts, mate. We just played a bad game tonight, and we have been playing bad games all season. That's a fact. That is a fact. Right, but once he's assessed, your CEO and your chairman has assessed what's happening in the background, the right people get brought in. People who know what they're doing, mate. That's what I'm talking about. There's too many people in Rangers that don't know what they're doing, and that's obvious, mate, because of the backup, all the components of the team and the backup team are not in place because the people that are in it are just not doing their jobs. Let's be honest about it. The manager's there for the first team. He's there to manage that team, coach that team. That's all he's there for. But everybody thinks he's got to do everything in this in Rangers Football Club. It's no. He's got people that's supposed to be backing him up, and it's not happening, mate. So CEO's coming in. He's going to assess a whole lot. And if the assessment is get rid of Clement, he'll get rid of Clement. Make no mistake about it, if that's the right thing to do in his eyes. But to my mind, Clement's there to build the squad, to get a trade model started. Then we can build the team properly. At the moment, you've got nothing to trade. As Jim says, who's going to buy the players? Nobody wants the players. So you've got to build investment. You've got to build value into the squad, mate. That's all I'm saying. The Dyke's performance dreadful. The tactics weren't right. Whatever you want to say is all probably correct. But it's not just about the night, and it's not just about these games. Horrible as it is, it's just not about these games. We need to have a wee bit more sight on it. And I'm not a cheerleader. I'm not saying Clement's the best manager ever. I'm not saying that at all. But if Walter Smith was in this position, by the way, and I'm telling you right now, that could have, if Walter's managing this squad of players and get the restrictions that Clement's go, he would struggle with it as well. Any manager would. It's virtually impossible you're asking the guy today without some sort of backup and some sort of time. But
he wouldn't have signed the players that we've signed, mate.
I know he wouldn't have, but there you go. That's people that know what they're doing.
If you think back to the first two players he signed when he walked in the door in 2007, the first two players he signed was David Weir and Ekiel.
Because they know how to build a team. I said this before. Building a football teams, you build for the back. Everybody knows that, mate. Everybody. But we don't. We want to build a centre forward or a winger, and you're leaking goals like mental. You need to sort the back out, build for the back out.
See, the night we dropped points and Hibs at the weekend, we blamed the defence. Yeah?
Aye. And rightly so.
It wasn't the defence, was it? It was the midfield and the forwards.
Aye. That's it.
Anyway, listen, last word for your good self, Bob J, and then last word for Jim.
It's just another episode in a sad story, Rangers season. Where do we go for here? That's the big burning question with us all, eh? And we've got these games coming up, so we can just plod on with what we've got and analyse it as best we can and hope that it gets better. Where? I don't know. Where and how? I don't care. I've no idea. I'm banging my head off the wall at everybody else.
Cheers,
I'm
mate.
like yourself, lads. I know 3 trophies in 13 years. Nah, I'm not good enough. Anyway, look, I'll see you in the new week, boys. All right. Take care now. Thank you.
See you later, mate.
Cheers, mate. Jim, last word for your good self, Jimmy.
Aye, I think it'll pass, and I think we'll get better, and we'll be all right. But I think it'll come. I think the people will drive the change. I think it'll be the supporters that will drive the change. But I think there'll be like investors or a company or somewhere sitting in the background that will have their eye on European football and will have their eye on making big money using the Rangers. And I think they'll come in and wipe out the whole lot, give them their money back or give them whatever, give them a new blazer and a new tie and say this is how we're going to run it now. I think that's what will happen.
It'll be interesting, mate. It'll be interesting. Listen, I don't know if Scottish football's great for making money, mate. But,
It'll be Europe. It'll be Europe.
aye,
It'll be
man.
Europe. That's what they'll be targeting. Europe and advertising.
There's people at our club, maybe on and off the part or take wages under false pretences, mate. But what they're
Oh, very much so. Aye.
but what the performances adding up to their salaries, particularly the players. But listen, it is football and players can have a bad game, but this run is just unprecedented. Jimmy, always good to hear from you, mate. You're a wise man, mate, and we love having you on the show, mate.
Right, take care. Thanks, lads. Sure, good night.
Cheers,
God
mate.
bless.
See you later, pal.
Yeah, all bear. With your rah-rah Scotland.
Not a pleasant night at all, mate. Not a pleasant.
Mate, no, mate, no. Listen, I get what you're saying, but I think for a lot of people, there's always a straw, and there's been a few straws, and this could be the biggest one. It's difficult to go to this melee, innit? This negativity, mate. Yeah, we take one step forward, and we're taking 3 back, mate. It's mental, man.
It's just the way it is, mate. If you're the answer to it, it would be off at the front door, getting it into the club. Here's the answer to it, but nobody knows the answer to it. The only ones that will know the answer to it, hopefully with the CEO, chairman, and the rest of them, when they get the teams in place and see what's the best way forward. People that know what they're doing. I mean, we can speculate all day, mate. Disney know that we know what we're talking about. If it was that easy, they would have sorted it, you know. So it's difficult, mate. It's difficult. But there is a solution somewhere. Somebody will have a solution somewhere.
I mean, obviously, you get players out the door, mate, and I always say they're not consistent, mate. Not just your club, all clubs, mate. It's the hardest thing in football now.
It needs to be done, mate. It's not like saying it. We just need to do it. It's just kind of get away.
How do you make it happen? Because you can't make it happen.
I don't get paid the big butts to work that out, mate. But they need to work it out. One way or another. What we need to do is don't do it again. That's a lesson. We need to learn that lesson. So don't do it again. Don't put these players on that kind of money for these length contracts. That's a fact. Because you're killing your own model. You know what I mean by doing that? Because nobody will come in and touch them. See if Matondo was on, say, 10 grand a week, I think somebody would actually show a wee bit of interest in him.
I'd take a punt on him, wouldn't he? And also, if he was offered a contract at 8 grand a week for another 3 years, he would move, wouldn't he? Because he's then got that 8 grand for another 3 weeks, 3 years. Yeah, but when the offers he'll be getting, they'll be miles short of what he's getting, mate. So he's going to stay and just sit.
He's going to maximise how much he can draw out of Rangers. We all do. There's Lawrence, by the way, his contract's up. Before beginning of the season, someone was talking about giving him an extension. Oh, that doesn't happen.
Right. Listen, mate, just to let you know that it's come out on Twitter, the Rangers Supporters Association, the RSA, calls the club to take decisive action and relieve the current manager of his duties. We understand the implication of making this change. Doing nothing is not an option and will only further damage the club in the longer term. This is time for real leadership for the new chairman, chief executives, and perhaps some of our more long-standing board members. Investors also reflecting their role in relation to the club's current position on and off the park. Stronger together. Well, I've always believed that, particularly in referendums. But there we go, mate. I just don't think this is. I think it's only going to end one way, as far as the management and the players are concerned, mate. I can't see it ending any other way, mate. It's only a matter of when.
Well, it seems to be that way. I mean, it's been going on for a while, calling free seed. I don't know. It probably happened, mate. I think it'd be wrong, but it probably happened.
It's a snowball, mate. And once the snowball gets so big, it just happens, doesn't it? Whether you like it or not.
But, well, it's up to the CEO, isn't it? He'll make the decision.
Right, they make the decisions, and they'll live and die by that decision as well. But listen, I get it. It's not a perfect scenario, mate, but it's results driven, mate, and that's away from him. It's bizarre, mate. It's absolutely bizarre.
Well, I don't think it's as bizarre as if you break it down. It's bizarre if you look at just in the face of it, but it's not if you break it down, mate. It doesn't make perfect sense, but you can make sense of it. How you fix it's a different thing, but you can make sense of it, mate. It's not that difficult. It's no. We're just looking for a fall guy. We're looking for a guy to put his head in the chop block so we can chop it up and make ourselves all feel better and go, that's that. My question is, what's next? Who's the next guy?
That's a valid point, mate. That is a valid point. Who comes in to fix it and who comes in to make it better, right? That is a real valid point, mate. But listen, only my take on it. I did think he looked a wee bit of a beaten man at the end of when the final whistle went, mate. Yeah.
He might even walk away himself, mate. He might just say, I've had enough. I've had enough of this. But again, there's payouts to be paid if he does get sacked.
Aye.
If he walks away himself, there's no payout. So.
Aye. Yeah, interesting. Listen, Albert. Thanks to the two Jims for coming on, Jimmy. Thanks to Bob Chair. And of course, your good self, mate. It's never a barrel of laughs after performances like that, is it?
Oh, no. No, definitely not, mate.
No. But the vision of you and a Rarash got is one I'm struggling with.
It's ankle length Rarash, mate.
The pom-poms. Anyway.
Oh,
Listen, thanks, mate. And I'll no speak to you. Enjoy your holiday, mate, your break.
No bother, pal. Thanks for that.
Listen, and also thanks to Fox and Old School Blue for doing the technicals. Rangers Radio will be back tomorrow night between 8 and 10. I've got to be honest with you. It could be an interesting show. And I'll be back on Sunday as we build up to St Johnstone game. Take it away, Old School Blue.